everyone. So our today's topic is respiratory system, the system by which we live, we survive. So yes, it is the most important system in our all the 12 systems of our body. The respiratory system, respiration. Now let us understand what respiratory system is. What does it mean? What are its functions? What are its parts? And how do they function? And what is the role of respiratory system and what all it includes. So let's begin with the definition, like from the basic part of respiration. Respiration is the process through which we take in oxygen through our nose and leave out carbon dioxide. Taking in of the oxygen is known as inhalation. When we breathe in, it is known as inhalation, and when we breathe out, that is when carbon dioxide is thrown out of our body through the nose, it is known as exhalation. That is when we breathe out. So inhalation is the process of intake of oxygen, and exhalation is the process of removing of carbon dioxide from our body. This whole process is known as respiration. So let us see the parts of respiration. The basic and most important part of our respiration is nose, through which we breathe in and we breathe out. So nose, then pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, bronchioles. So these are some basic and parts of the process of respiration. Lungs are the most important part of respiration, as the exchange of gases takes place in lungs. That is, the oxygen we take in through our nose, that is when we inhale, when the oxygen goes down to the lung, then it is converted into carbon dioxide, and then carbon dioxide is left out of our body. So the exchange of gases, that is inhalation and exhalation, takes place in lungs. Then let us see what is the function of respiration. The function of respiration is gaseous exchange, that is from oxygen to carbon dioxide. Second is helping in maintain homeostasis. It's the second function, that it helps in maintaining the homeostasis of the body. Then next is sound production. Respiratory systems help in sound production, as the larynx, which is a part of our respiratory system, helps in producing the sound of the voice through which we speak. Like there are vocal folds on the larynx present. Vocal folds are present on the larynx, which friction with each other, and and voice is being produced. So the larynx is known as the sound box. Then exchange of gases takes place in lung. There are two types of respiratory system, that is the upper respiratory system, lower respiratory system. So let us understand what all the upper respiratory system includes and what a lower respiratory system includes. So our upper respiratory system includes of the nasal cavity, the sinuses. The sinuses are the air-filled spaces alongside the nose. So the sinuses are present alongside the nose, which are the spaces filled with mucus. It makes the skull lighter. So the sinuses makes the skull lighter. It helps in regulating the temperature and humidity of the air which we breathe in. So the humidity of the air is maintained through the sinuses, which we breathe in and breathe out of our body. Next part of upper respiratory system is pharynx. So pharynx is the food and air pipe which passes through the pharynx. That is, the food and air passes through the pharynx, and it also plays in role of speech. The next is larynx. Larynx helps in human speech, as it is also known as the voice box of the human. Now let us understand the lower respiratory system. So the part of lower respiratory system is trachea, which is present below the larynx. Trachea, which is present below the larynx, and it's the main airway to the lungs. So the air passes to the lungs through our trachea. It is also known as windpipe. So trachea is also known as windpipe. It carries and filters the air which is being inhaled. So it carries the air to the, or that is oxygen to the lungs, and it helps in inhaling us. And it is formed, it is like tiny hair like structure is present on the trachea, which is also known as the cilia. So it has the ciliary lining, and to trap the microorganisms which are being inhaled, and that do not goes to the lungs further. Next is bronchi. Bronchi are the passages that supply the lungs with air. Bronchioles are the branches of the bronchi. So the trachea here, then it's divided into two lungs, which one left side bronchi and right side bronchi, which goes to connect the left lung and right lung. And then the bronchi are divided into bronchioles, that is the branches of the bronchi. So lungs, let us understand what are lungs and what is the function. So lungs are of pyramid shaped. Right lung has 3 lobes and left lung has 2 lobes, as the left one is smaller than the right lung. Lobes are filled with small spongy sacs called alveoli. So the lobes which are present in the lungs, they contain small spongy structure which is known as alveoli, which do exchange of gases. So the diaphragm, now let us understand about the diaphragm. Diaphragm is the main respiratory muscle. Diaphragm is the main respiratory muscle present just below the lungs. Present just below the lungs, it contracts and releases and allows air into the lung. Whenever we breathe in, the diaphragm stretches down. Whenever we breathe out, the diaphragm comes back to its original position, that is in relaxed position, and it is a dome shaped. Diaphragm is in the dome shape. So as we breathe in, the diaphragm goes down, that it's stretched like this. Suppose this is the diaphragm, this is the dome shaped diaphragm. As we breathe in, it gets like this, and as we breathe out, it again gets to the relaxed or the main position or the original position. So this is all about the respiratory system. Thank you.